Okay, we are going to review for your quiz, and it's over section 2.1 to 2.4, and that is adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing by positive and negative numbers, and doing it in the setting of an inequality. So, here we go. So, on this first one, what we want to look at is actually just solve it like a regular equation. And we want to get x by itself. So the opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. And we're going to do that to both sides. Then that cancels out. Bring down your x. And that is less than or equal to negative 15. Then you have to graph it as well. So it's solid because of this solid. And then it's less than. So all the numbers, so here's negative 15. So all the numbers that are less than are to the left. And you could double check that. Remember, if you were to choose a number over here to the right, for instance, the number 0, and if you were to plug it into that equation, you get negative 5 plus 0 has to be less than or equal to negative 20. So that would cancel out, and you get negative 5 is less than or equal to negative 20, and that's not true because negative 5 is bigger than negative 20. Therefore, anything on this side would be false. So we just proved that this is accurate. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, on this particular problem, notice that the denominators are both 4, so that is going to be my common denominator. One method is to get rid of the denominators. So if I multiply every single term by the common denominator, what I end up getting, now there's a couple methods. 4 times 3 is 12, so 12 divided by 4, less than or equal to. 4 times 1 is 4 over 4, and of course 4 times r is 4r. Well, let's clean this up. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Less than or equal to 4 divided by 4 is 1, and of course bring down your 4r. We're going to subtract 1, and I get 2 is less than or equal to 4r. Then I'm going to divide by 4, and then r is going to be greater than or equal to 1/2. When I graph it, it's going to be solid, and all the r's are going to be greater than, so I'm going to go to the right. Okay, on this problem, the recommended dietary allowance, that's the RDA, okay, that's this right here, of iron for a female in Sarah's age group is 14 to 18, in her age group of 14 to 18 years is 15 milligrams per day. That's this right here. So that means that the recommended daily amount, she can't go over that amount. So whatever it is has to be less than or equal to 15 milligrams. Now, before we get started, we're going to define a variable. So let's say, since we are talking about iron, let's let I equal the amount of iron she uses in a day. All right? And we're also going to incorporate this because that's the maximum amount she can have per day. Now, so let's see. I have this amount of iron. I've already consumed 11 milligrams today. So this is what I still have to consume. This is what I've already consumed. And it has to be less than or equal to the 15 milligrams that I am able to consume per day. Okay? Now, in order to solve this, I'm going to subtract 11, and I end up getting I is less than or equal to 4. That means Sarah can consume up to 4 milligrams of iron, so she can take up to 4 milligrams of iron, but she can't have any more. Now this problem looks just like a real simple problem. It's a variable divided by number, and we know that when we divide by something, we want to multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 2. All right, that's gone. However, you have to remember that when you multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, you have to flip the inequality. So I'm going to turn that inequality around this way. And 8 times negative 2 is negative 16. All right? let's test this. So here's negative 16. I need all the numbers that are less than, so it's going to be a solid, solid. And we're going to go to the left because that's where all the numbers are less than 16. Now, if I wanted to test it or check it, all the numbers going this way are going to get large, bigger, negative 17, negative 18, and so forth. But if I go over here and I choose the number 0, let's see what happens. If I get 0 divided by negative 2 has to be greater than or equal to 8. Alright, so 0 divided by negative 2 is 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to 8? The answer is no. 8 is bigger. So if you were to choose something that went this way, you would be wrong. Therefore, we are correct. Now, on this particular problem, it looks difficult, but if you realize that you can actually just get rid of that 2, it's this up here divided by 2. Well, multiply both sides by 2, and that gets rid of the fraction. And you end up with x plus 5 is greater than 6. Subtract 5 from both sides, and you get 6 minus 5, which is 1. So whatever x's are going to be greater than 1. So when you graph it, you just put the number 1 down. It is open because it's not equal to, and all the x's are greater than. Okay. Finally, same problem here, same method. What we're going to do is we're going to get this by itself. So we're going to multiply both sides by 3. 3's are gone. You bring down the 1 minus 2n, less or greater than or equal to 21. We're then going to subtract the 1 because this is the one with the variable. So we're going to subtract the 1, and you get negative 2n is greater than or equal to positive 20. Now, I'm going to move this up a little bit. What do you notice about this one? Well, we're about to multiply because this is negative 2 times n. So we want to divide, not n, we want to divide by negative 2. Now we just explained that whenever you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. So negative 2 divided by negative 2 is gone. N, flip the sign here, and you get less than or equal to, and 20 divided by negative 2 is negative 10. And if you draw your little number line, there's negative 10, and we want the numbers that are less than or equal to. So here's the equal to, that's the solid part, and less than is to the left. Now, I think we have one more. Okay, in this particular problem, it's a word problem, so we read that Josh has reached his goal of 250 pounds. So he is at 250. And now he wants to break the school record of 282. Sounds like he's lifting to me. So now we're going to say since we're talking about pounds, we're going to let P equal the amount of pounds. So abbreviation of amount of pounds. Alright, so in this case, Josh already has 250 pounds. He's going to add some more, and when he's going to try and break the school record of 282. Now, in order to tie or break the school record, he either has to equal it or be more than that. So that's why it is 250 plus however many pounds he puts up. It has to be greater than or equal to the 282. Well, I'm going to subtract 250 from both sides. And I end up getting, let's see right here, let's put this, a little bit too much. What's going to happen is this right here cancels out. Bring down your P, greater than or equal to, and 282 minus 250 is 32. So he either has to, it says how many more pounds does Josh need to break? He needs at least 32 pounds. So if he lifts 32 or more, he will break the school record. So a graph would look like this. So 32, it's solid. So anything equal to that or more than that will help him obtain his goal.